you have an anxiety disorder, you are likely to be taking selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, also called SSRIs or antidepressants. These are one of the most commonly prescribed medications for anxiety, but are they really helping in the long term? Or are large pharmaceutical companies simply profiting and keeping you from really resolving your anxiety? This is a video that I've wanted to do for a long time, but have been reluctant to because it's a very sensitive subject. So I will start by saying, please don't stop taking your medication as a result of this video, as it could lead to a whole world of hurt. Over the past 2 decades, the prescriptions of SSRIs has skyrocketed. Tens of millions of people are prescribed these drugs every year. And don't get me wrong, SSRIs can be helpful for many people in the short term, but that's what they were originally intended for, short-term use. Unfortunately, many people end up staying on them for life. But why is that? Are SSRIs the only solution for managing anxiety? Or is it more about the fact that big pharmaceutical companies have found a way to create lifelong customers? Let's talk about the money. SSRIs are a multi-billion-dollar industry. Major pharmaceutical companies have made massive profits from SSRIs. These companies have a vested interest in keeping people on these medications because each repeat prescription equals more revenue. But the problem is that these medications are designed to treat symptoms, not cure the underlying condition. They boost serotonin levels, which can reduce anxiety in the short term, but they don't address the root causes of anxiety. What really frustrates me is that many doctors tell their patients that their anxiety problems are due to having low serotonin, leading to many patients believing that they are just built that way, so have to resign themselves to a lifetime of medication. But the relationship between anxiety and serotonin is not that simple, and many experts think that the relationship is overstated and oversimplified. Also, an investigation by German TV station Deutsche Welle suggested that drug companies were only publishing results of clinical trials that had favourable outcomes, while downplaying or withholding negative results. They also found that some influential doctors were receiving payment to promote SSRIs. But whether the efficacy of SSRIs have been overstated or not, many people find that they do help to some degree. But focusing on medication only misses the role of negative life experiences, trauma, upbringing, and beliefs, behaviours, and thinking patterns, which all play a much bigger role in anxiety than serotonin. And this is where therapy can make a difference. What you learn in therapy can be used for the rest of your life, and it doesn't have side effects. But therapy is not easy. To overcome anxiety disorders, you will have to face your fears, do things that make you feel uncomfortable, and change behaviours and beliefs that are deeply ingrained. This means you will have to experience anxiety, which seems crazy as it's the very thing that you want to avoid. But in therapy, you can learn coping mechanisms to help you deal with the temporary anxiety that you have to experience in order to get rid of your anxiety in the long term. However, for people with severe anxiety, the coping mechanisms may not be enough, and this is where medication should really be used. If SSRIs can take the edge off the anxiety to allow you to do all the difficult things needed to beat your anxiety, then they can be a good thing. But the aim should be to gradually reduce and come off the SSRIs when you've learned how to control your anxiety. Unfortunately, learning how to manage your anxiety naturally is not good for the drug companies. So they will continue to push the message that medications are the best option. And unfortunately, some in the medical world are complicit in delivering that message. So, if you are suffering anxiety and your doctor has not offered you therapy, ask why. If you live in England, you can refer yourself for therapy through the NHS Talking Therapy scheme. You don't even need to go through a doctor. If you're in a country where you can't get free therapy and can't afford a private therapist, then I have some videos that can help you. I have hundreds of videos on my channel about anxiety, but I have 3 very special ones, which are around half-hour long, and give you CBT exercises to do to help beat your anxiety. There is one for panic disorder, one for generalized anxiety disorder, and one for health anxiety. You will find them in my Beat Forever Anxiety playlist, which I have linked here. Take care now.